And we are live. Welcome to Rice TVX and the latest episode of the Rice Crypto Show. Today, October the 8th of the year 2021. We are currently live streaming on Rice TVX2 and also on Float. I currently got a strike that I received this morning, which would be strike number 2 from YouTube, and can't post technically for 14 days. I did appeal it, but we're not live streaming on the main channel. This is the reason why I suggest people subscribe to Rice TVX2. And today I am joined as usual by my co-host, Mr. Satoshi Sean. Our guest today is supposed to be SoundDrGenie. He hasn't joined us yet, but I'm still waiting on him to join us. All the information for channels for Satoshi Sean's channel and for SoundDrGenie's channel is below in the video description, as well as what we talk about on today's episode. Real quick, a few quick messages from the sponsors of Rice TVX, and you can find information below in the video description for BitSwap DEX, for Monarch, and for Presearch.
BitSwap is the hottest new way to trade tokens. Crawling all the top decentralized exchanges, BitSwap will get you the very best price and value for your trades. BitSwap is changing the game. Try it now at bitswapdex.com.
Oh, something cool that I did want to mention is one of my sponsors, Presearch. They just announced a partnership earlier this week with CoinMarketCap, which is bringing a lot more attention to the project, in addition to some things in regards to the European regulation rules when it comes to search engines. They were listed on, I believe, Android devices as an alternate to Google. So a lot of great things coming from the sponsors of Rice TVX. And we have one viewer, and I didn't expect just one viewer, but normally, you know, when we're live streaming on Rice TVX, we have more viewers. Yeah, that second strike is really going to hurt things. Going to give maybe 2 or 3 other people time to get into the live stream. Going to play a real quick message from the channel, from me, from Rice TVX. Before we get into it, make sure you visit ricetvx.com and sign up for my mailing list so you never miss an update or new Rice TVX content. Plus, you can find my social media links, contact information, get Rice TVX merch coming soon via the shop, and more. If this is your first time ever watching any of my videos, check out and explore my channels. Make sure you subscribe to Rice TVX and Rice TVX2. Both can be found on YouTube. And hit the notification bell to get alerted to new videos. Also, you can follow me on Odyssey and Library, where I have my full catalog of videos plus extra content. And you can also find Rice TVX on BitChute. If you want to support Rice TVX and what I do directly, I have my PayPal, Cash App, plus my cryptocurrency addresses via my Cointree link below in the video description. You can also join my Patreon channel, where you will get early access to some of my videos, exclusive content, and more, with 4 different levels of membership, all offering something different. If you are looking to purchase and invest in precious metals, gold and silver are both good safe haven assets to hedge against the financial collapse we are experiencing. Check out Money Metals Exchange. I partnered up with them, and you can get a free ½ ounce of silver. Visit moneymetals.com, be a first-time buyer, purchase a minimum of $100, and use the promo code RICE. You get a free ½ ounce of silver, and it's another way to support the channel. I will include links down below for everything I just mentioned, as well as everything I talk about on today's show. Let me get rid of this little thumbnail here. Yeah, normally have myself a lot more together, but this strike kind of like is throwing my day off whack. Sean, you can unmute yourself. What's up, brother?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you didn't tell me about that, dude. It's kind of a shocker.
Well, it's on my, it's you know, I have a video that popped up that I recorded on August 27th I recorded a video in the past, put it as an unlisted video, and made it public today. So that's a trick that you can do. And
Yeah,
it had a premiere set, and the premiere went through fine. But yeah, I woke up today, got a second strike from YouTube. I've been talking about it in a Telegram group and on Twitter. Did my appeal. Yeah. So SoundDrGenie is with us. I'll bring you in a minute, bro.
Hey, real quick though, dude, go to your YouTube page. I just made a comment. Put a link to where people can watch us at, because there's 13 likes on here. So anyone that tries to go to to it on YouTube can just see it in the chat. And
I can't do anything on the other channel.
Oh, okay. Give it to me and put it in the private chat, and I'll post it over there. I'm commenting over there.
You're talking about for this?
Today's video, yeah.
On the backup channel.
Yeah. No.
Okay, hold on.
No. On the regular Rice TVX, it's still scheduled. It's just not live.
So, right. I can't do anything with it.
Right. But everyone that goes there, there's already 13 likes on it. They'll see the link in the chat. And then, because you can see the chats right there, they can come over here from there.
Yeah, in the comment section. Yeah. That would work. I'll tell you what. Yeah, because I got to get something set up here. Let me go ahead, and I'm sending it to you in the chat right now, in the private chat. Okay. There was something I was going to say in regards to this whole strike thing and what's going on. I did appeal it. I've contacted Team YouTube on Twitter and done everything I could. I've talked to Google tech support, instant messaging online before I did the appeal, because it was for a video from, I thought it was like a year ago, but it was February of this year. So we're still talking about a good 8 months ago. And it was an unlisted video that was on my Patreon channel. Patreon didn't violate me for anything. And it was supposed to be cyberbullying and harassment. And the video has none of that in it. So I was telling YouTube in the appeal and Team YouTube on Twitter, like, I've done this before. You've accused me of this before. I've appealed it, lost it, and you never tell me where in the video I'm violating your terms and conditions. You're just saying, no, we're sticking with our original decision. But you're not telling me anything beyond that, because I'm saying there is nothing in that video that is cyberbullying or harassment at all, period. So it's kind of screwed up, man. Kind of pissed me off a little bit, but
it's very frustrating for that, because YouTube a lot of times acts like an asshole parent. It's like, but why? Because I said so. That's it.
Yeah.
And you really, if you're accused of something, then if you did it, fine. If you didn't, fine. But to be accused of it and to say, absolutely not, I didn't do it, here's proof I didn't do it, and like, whatever.
Or at least asking for, if you're saying that, you're sticking with your decision, then explain why. Or if you're giving me a strike, instead of saying I'm violating your terms and conditions, explain how and why I'm violating it. But
it's like people doing an audit of like an election and then finding lots of like fraud and nefarious things, and then saying, all right, here's a bunch of bad things, and then they just say, whatever, it's just put it in the trash.
Cool. I see Gulag got your message, because I've got all the comments aggregating and I can't tell where they're coming from, but I know it's not. I left the live stream up on YouTube because I just wanted to see what happened, since the other things have kind of went through the way I was planning on. But all right, brother, let's go ahead and bring in our guest, Mr. SoundDrGenie. You can find this guy on YouTube. You can find him on Twitter. You can find him on Instagrams. He is. What do we say in the title here? It says it on your Twitter account that you are the demigod of NFTs. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Good, man. Good seeing you.
But
glad to be in the show. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
yeah, man, I'm looking forward to talking with you, and definitely I want to do some future episodes and talk about some of your work beyond this show. But and we'll see each other in New Jersey, hopefully, and we can record something when we're up there, which would be really awesome, or go live or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's
Y'all
nice.
going to Elise's meetup together?
Yeah, because he doesn't live but like 20 minutes away from that area.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, before we start, I want to tell everyone I have a scammer running rampant on Instagram. I mean, he's hitting everybody. CMAS sent me like screenshots,
Is
but I
that
had like
fake Toshi Sean?
Yeah, it was Satoshi _Sean.
Well,
This guy is,
fake,
and it's
fake Toshi Sean.
But I had a lot of like regular, no coiner friends on Facebook, like posting Sean, dude's talking to me on Instagram. It doesn't sound like you. And then CMAS sent me a bunch of like screenshots. He goes, dude, you sound really Chinese for Sean. He's like, no, I'm not a Chinese.
Me Chinese, me play joke.
I am Texas man. Please give me money.
Well, you could be like Jimmy Song. Jimmy Song he's an Asian in Texas.
Yeah, but he doesn't talk that way. I am Jimmy
Song.
Song. Very good developer.
Maybe he's using his hologram in the public domain. And it's got a voice changer that makes him sound like he's speaking perfect English. Yeah, kind of a far stretch, I know.
Yeah.
My English is far from perfect. But I've been in New Jersey for a long time, so I been living the accent a little bit, behind.
Where are you from originally?
Originally from Colombia. I'm
Oh, okay.
100% Colombian. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you?
And
you, Sean? I don't know, Sean. I know you a little bit, right? But I don't know, Sean.
I'm from New Jersey.
You're from Jersey, but you're all the way in Texas, bro?
Yeah, I've been in Texas for a really long time. Probably
he was on Jersey
alive.
Shore. In case you remember Jersey Shore, that show, he was on that show.
Oh no, bro.
But I was from like the nice part, like the family part of the shore. That's where I grew up. That's why like Ken was talking about the shore, and he brought up all these places. I'm like, you didn't say Ocean City. He goes, yeah, I purposely left that out because that's not like a Jersey Shore kind of place.
Yeah, Ocean City. Actually, I graduated. I got my asbestos supervisor license.
I like it out there.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah,
Ocean's
Island.
nice. I'm from
that
Summers
way.
Point, the wet town where everyone from Ocean City goes to drink, and you have to go through it to go over the bridge to get there.
I'll tell you what's crazy is I've got the video going on live on my computer and I've got it on my television set, and it just now says we have 2 viewers. But I know there's more than now it says there's 0 viewers. I know I've got 2 people watching because I've got 2 devices watching. It says right now 0.
I'm watching too.
And now Andy Lee's in the comments. Thank you for joining. So I mean, yeah, I don't know, dude. It's saying, can you see it? Can you see like at the top of the screen where it shows the live time and the eye?
Didn't show the eye for people that aren't you. It just shows the live time.
Well,
But
shit.
I'm watching, and you got 11 likes on the Rice TV X2. So there's
just watch this. I can just share the entire screen and show everybody. It's showing that there's 0 people watching. You see now it shows 1 now. See this shit?
It's not accurate at all.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's usually a little bit more accurate than this. I don't know if it's YouTube.
Well, there's three watching on Rice TV X. There's 4 because there's you, me, Andy, and Gulag at least.
Right. It's just
At least
crazy,
them.
man. It's just.
Let me retweet the stream as well.
I mean, it's gonna. I mean, ultimately, man, it is what it is. It'll end up on Odyssey and.
Oh wait, it's not streaming. It's not streaming on.
Not on Rice TVX because I got a strike.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's only on Rice TVX too. And if you look in the private chat on here, you can see that on your right hand side. There's a link on the top.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that since you joined late. So I'll copy the link again and just copy it and drop it. You'll see.
You know what I seen people doing this, like they don't really get attached to their channels, but they bring everybody else to the new channel. Like
Right.
um I can't really mention names, but I seen them done this plenty of times. Like they start a show and like it's like this one brand, and they're like, we're done with this name now. Let's bring everybody else or everybody to the new channel because like it's a community that knows each other. So it's like you're not gonna stay on the channel that is dead. So just hit everybody that is fan, and like made an automation of it because I know it'll be super fucking hard, that like
Well,
they
yeah, I
can
mean,
tell everybody.
I had promoted the main link, and then everything happened this morning. I promoted the main link last night. So after we're done, I'll just because today has just been crazy because of dealing with the aftermath of all this and the processes that I got to go through and the emotional shit, man. Because it's what I was telling Sean is I'm curious. Technically, it's strike two, and I can't put videos out on a main channel for 14 days. But my first strike expires between now and then. So I don't know if it will automatically reduce down to one strike and 7 days. So I'm not 100% sure like what's going on. But regardless, I started the backup channel for a reason. Now, normally, dude, I don't BS and talk this long before we get into the conversation. Do you mind for everybody who will be watching this later to kind of give a little background as to who you are, this dude with this crazy exit from Colombia, who's the demigod of NFTs, who calls himself SoundDrGenie? Who the hell are you?
Well, I'm just a guy that used to be homeless, and now I'm not homeless anymore. I'm in this place, my little studio. I used to have only a couple of cents in my pocket, and I was struggling with money, like really, really, really struggling, bro. Like I was working at the temp agencies, hardcore, 24/7. So I discovered crypto, NFTs later on, and then DeFi, like it's the latest thing that I'm being into, and it changed my life. I've been selling NFTs uh, on Wax. I recently purchased a whole bunch of Ethereum. I have a project called the Crypto Crib. Is house where I'm gonna be showing people how to do things with DeFi and NFTs. Is in the works.
Yeah.
And I collect art as well. I'm a virtual digital artist. I collect art and I make art as well. And I work really, really, really hard for what I have achieved. So I try to teach people, like there is ways to get out of the hole and get out of the rat race. And that's basically a little bit of myself. If you can see over there, I got a drum. I also make music once I find the time, because the latest thing that I've been focusing on has been the Crypto Crib.
What's up with your naked video?
I know, right? it gets really hot in here, bro. Like I'm in an attic. It's big. It's not like a low ceiling. It's like a high ceiling, right? It's really high.
Oh, wow.
But it gets really hot, and that's like summertime when I just got it. So I was like,
oh, I bet. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to want to bring you on like another show, like I was mentioning, so we can talk more in detail about this whole crypto crib. It's Sean, he's got this house that he's purchased along with family, and the idea is to flip it, but instead of just doing a traditional house flip, he's got a couple different ideas. He's going to ultimately sell the house and have an NFT also involved with it, but people may be living at the location in the interim. But if you want to, I don't really care if we talk a whole lot about the news, and the news really doesn't need a whole lot of discussion. If you don't, you could share a little bit about your ideas with the crypto crib, because I think it's a cool deal.
Yeah, the Crypto Crib. It basically was a property that it used to be a secret, but like later into the building of the show, right? Quote unquote, it's a small clip so far, like 2 minutes of what we've been doing. So it was my brother's idea, to like buy the house and do the flipping. It was more so my idea, like, what? I'm in the whole crypto world. Let's do this as an NFT. and he rolled with it. He rolled with it, and we started to fix it up. So what he wants specifically is to sell the house, right, for whatever amount of money that the market is looking for. But since we're making the house really, really nice, we're gonna put it above the market price, right? So since it's gonna be more money, it's gonna take a little while for people to actually wanna buy the house, because like if all the houses in the same street are at $100,000 and I'm gonna put it for 150K, it's gonna take some time. So I divided the time frame of 4 months, right? So the year has 12 months, so we divided into three. So I asked my brother, "Can you give me permission every four? If the house doesn't sell within 4 months, could we have people there doing trading, doing NFTs, doing events, doing whatever they want to, excel others into doing the same thing?" And he's like, "Yeah, fine. I just don't want them breaking shit." So that's basically what we've been doing so far, fixing it up. And I got a few candidates now. Before we didn't have candidates, but Crypto Miggy, I know you had him on your show. I was rewatching it. Yeah. He was over here. He was in PA. He was in PA, and he was helping me out. I bought him some gear. We were working together. It was pretty fun. He came with this crazy idea, right? Because we're in crypto. I got all the skills. I got like the certification and everything. He's like, instead of fixing small houses, why don't you just like fix up mansions of people that already own Bitcoin? I'm like, wow, bro.
Crypto Maggie. I mean, he's a cool dude. I like him.
Yeah, man, that's a really dope idea, man. So I will be giving people money because right now I'm in a position where I could actually help my brothers. I will be giving money to some select few people to learn how to do the DeFi and the NFTs, and I just haven't done it, not just because the house is not finished, but because legalities. Like when it comes down to, let's put you for example, Rice. You decide to come to the crypto crib,
Mhm.
right? And you decide to test a product on Phantom, right? Phantom right now is the hottest thing. For the people that don't know, Phantom blew all-time high today because they have a brand new protocol from borrowing and lending called Geist. It's GEIST, Geist. So if Price decides to come and play with this protocol at the crypto crib, you have no money, right? You want to learn about how to play with these shades. Like here, SoundDrGenie is going to make $1,000 available for you. Your responsibility is to make sure you don't lose the whole fucking money the same day and show people how you are working this protocol, because people don't know how to do these things, like if I tell you, you can make, if you go on my Twitter, you see I have a clickbait title like make $5,000 with like $666. All right, that title looks clickbaity, but it's legit. You can actually take $666. The way that you do it is $333 in one stable coin pair, and you take another $333 and put it on another stable coin pair, right? And you join them together, and you use the position that you have to leverage 9 times that amount of money. So multiply 666 by 9. I have
Why are
like
you just?
9.5.
Why are you choosing 666, Devil Man?
Because I just like those numbers, man. I just like, I think that's the number of the men, and I'm metalhead, so like it's always been like an affliction towards like the dark side and like things like that. So it's nothing. I'm not satanic, by the way. Like people might think like because I use the 666, I might be like satanic or some shit, but I'm not. So yeah, so that you would do that, right? So you would make almost $5,000 with those 666 bucks. I mean, that's no fucking bad, because multiply, like I say, anybody in the show, just take 666, put it on your calculator.
or any number. I mean, you could really choose.
Or
like,
any
it could be
number.
700.
500.
It could be 777 if you wanted it to be, or it could be 250. But
Look,
an even number on both sides.
I have a collection where I use my collection where I give for free of the people in wax is like I did 111. So like everybody wanted a sacred number, so I turned 111 by 3 is 333, and then 333 you double is 666. You're always gonna find it no matter where you go, even if you go from the sacred route. I mean, it's just funny to me, like some people just take it beyond, the realm.
Well, yeah, superstitions and such.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and I guess talk a little bit about some of this news. And when I said it didn't really need a whole lot of like discussion, I mean, I think you guys understand with what you've seen. I think we can bust through these articles in about 30 minutes. But first one, SEC gives the green light to Volt Bitcoin Revolution ETF featuring Bitcoin-centric companies. So it's not actually Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies itself. It's companies that are involved in a cryptocurrency space or hold cryptocurrencies, like Tesla, PayPal, and Coinbase, and things to that effect. And then there's also a lot of talk. Some people are speculating on the 18th of this month that one of the 4 Bitcoin ETFs will be approved. There's been a lot of talk about Bitcoin ETFs for as long as I can remember being in space. And me personally, I really just don't, it just doesn't faze me anymore. I don't think it's something that's needed. I don't think it's going to accelerate the market. It's just going to be a way for people who want to get exposure to be able to get exposure without actually owning the said asset, Bitcoin in this case. Which I would say you should own the cryptocurrency yourself versus speculating. But so Sean, what are your thoughts on these 2 articles and the whole SEC ETF BS?
I don't know if I was talking to you about it or someone else a few days ago, maybe last week. I'm I'm so sick of it. Been hearing it for years, I think it's like the China FUD. I just make it over. Please make it go away. This was like this was the dream. Bro, can't imagine, man. If we get an ETF approved, which is going to happen this time. I know it is.
Yeah, 2017, 2018. Yeah,
you don't even know, man. Cryptos would be like, do you think Verge being accepted on Pornhub was big? Bro, that's like nothing. When this ETF gets approved, man, we're going to move so fast. Our necks are going to break.
The doctor heavily invested, man, when he heard that announcement on Pornhub, because he's such a big Pornhub fan.
Yeah,
dude, that was the biggest hype ever. They had commercials, like legit commercials. They had honeys walking around Times Square. They had like a Pornhub Verge vehicle.
Yeah,
like
great.
Made like a big van. They all busted out.
It's like one of the best trolls of history.
That was so. They had that futuristic, the futuristic commercial, man. I gotta go find it and watch it. You gotta find it and play it. Where like the old man is talking to his grandson, but it's like, like super future times. And he was like, "Yeah, back in the day, we used to call money Skrilla. Skrilla, we did, and when it all changed was when Verge got into Pornhub." And then he's just talking to his little kid. He's like, "Oh yeah."
It didn't make too much sense to me. The Pornhub with Verge, to be honest, at this point is just hype. Trying to hype up the price, give a reason for it to go up. It definitely moves the needle. A little
that's
bit.
The thing, man. It was like such a huge dream for us to get an ETF, because once we got an ETF, we'll get this. And we'll get this, and merchants will start accepting it, and it'll be in the mainstream, and people will talk about it, and banks will talk about it, and blah blah blah.
Merchants don't accept gold, and they have gold ETFs.
But the thing is, man, we've surpassed all that.
Right.
Shit.
Without it,
all of that we've left in the dust without the ETF ever getting through. So now it's such a non-news issue because it's like, what? And there's already ETFs approved in other countries. There's kind of ETFs approved. This thing that was approved isn't really a true ETF.
So
who gives a shit?
I'm a little behind with the ETF thing. So if what we're talking about is ETF in the United States of America.
Well, okay, so an ETF is an electronically traded fund. I guess what I'll do real quick is I'll pull up a decent
It's what people call a
definition.
basket, like an investment, like a couple of assets
Sort of.
put
It
together.
stands for electronic or exchange traded funds.
Mhm.
I'm pulling up the Investopedia link about it so I can pull it up and explain it a little bit more appropriately. So bear with me 1 second here.
No problem.
Okay. Can you guys see this? Am I screen sharing? Okay. So an ETF is an exchange traded fund, a type of security that tracks an index, sector, commodity, or other asset, which can be purchased or sold on a stock exchange the same way a regular stock can. So it's like a representation of. So if somebody's investing in an ETF that's a Bitcoin ETF, then in that particular instance, they're not actually owning the Bitcoin or speculating off the price. And it says here in the key takeaways, it's a basket of, in most cases, it's a basket of securities that trade on an exchange like the stocks do. And that's kind of what I was thinking about with the Revolut ETF, which is the one that's not Bitcoin, but it's companies that are involved in the cryptocurrency space or own or hold Bitcoin.
Okay.
It said it can contain all types of investments, including stocks, commodities, or bonds. Some offer U.S. only holdings, while others are international. But it's basically allowing for people to be able to get exposure and speculate without owning the said asset.
The idea back in like 2018, 2017 was that average stupid people could get into Bitcoin, invest in Bitcoin without having to learn about Bitcoin wallets, how things work, any of that. So
Right.
like your grandma could go down and I want to put some money in this Bitcoin. Here's, $1,000, and she'd give it to the bank or whoever to get into this ETF. So that's why it was such a cool idea. But we have stuff like that. We have banks, we have other funds that are doing that. So people can just, put money into the fund, and then the fund manages the
Yeah,
crypto.
no, I agree. So yeah, Doctor, this was like something that like kind of towards the end of 2017 throughout 2018 was big, talked about very highly. And then because there was nothing coming of it, it kind of died away. And then it's being brought back up because of the delays of the SEC have kind of come back around to where it's back in a news cycle. So
yeah.
Okay.
But it's kind of like what Sean was saying. It's like if you've been in the space enough or you've done enough research in regards to the China FUD, then you realize that because the China stuff has been going on since 2013, and the one that we were just most recently talked about, as we talked on one couple weeks ago, 2-3 shows ago, it got put out the beginning of September, September news cycle didn't really catch on. They put it out middle of the month, same thing, didn't really catch on. And it was the end of the month, kind of a little bit right after the Evergrande stuff, and it got a lot more attention, and it had an effect on price.
Right before the futures expired.
But it's one of those things, yeah, conveniently right before futures expire, and conveniently as soon as October 1st hits, everything starts going up. Just conveniently, it's just all.
I was on a show on Crypto Tonight last night, and
it wouldn't have been Crypto Tonight if it was last night.
That's what the show's called.
Last night,
I was on the Today Show. I was on the Today Show yesterday. But anyway, I said that China had done this. We're canceling crypto. We're banning everything like 3 times, 4 times. And Darko said, actually, I looked into it and I researched it the past few days, and this is the 40th time. I was like, what?
I don't know about the 40th time. I mean, I've seen
this was the 40th time. But my point is, like with the ETF, it's affecting the market less and less. One, the market's gotten a lot bigger, a lot more resilient.
Well, they're claiming that
back in the day, that ETF
we're back
was
to
like
1 trillion.
25% thing. It's going to get approved. I mean, it was pumping. And as soon as the SEC would say, "Nah, we're not going to approve it," that would hurt. I mean, that hurt the market bad. It would drop.
Right. It's not going to hurt the market, but they're trying to say that the idea that this is going to happen has helped the price of Bitcoin to be where it's at currently. But we were already set to be on that level
Yeah.
regardless.
What I
Especially
see,
if you look at Plan B's stock to flow ratio. Sorry,
what
go
I
ahead, doctor.
what I see is that is actually helping stabilize the price. Once we're looking for resistance, because we're about to approach 60k again. So if we don't get positive news like this one, people is not gonna be like looking forward to hold the line, like to reach that resistance. Because if we don't get new money into the market, like we reach the all-time high, and then like weak hands are gonna drop. So if we don't have positive news like this one, even though for us OGs it don't really mean too much, um for the whole market overall, in my opinion, it does help at least build that resistance for
Right.
what's coming.
Right on. So to move along, the U.S. Department of Justice is establishing a cryptocurrency enforcement team. The Deputy Attorney General of the United States revealed that the Justice Department created a National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team, NCET, to combat the illicit use of cryptocurrencies for criminal activities. It's pretty interesting. They're talking a little bit here. Where did I see it?
It's like a play on words. NSA is now what is it called? It's not NSA now. It's and what? NCI or something?
I
NCT?
didn't know that. What I found it to be interesting is they're going to be they're focusing on crimes committed by virtual currency exchanges, mixing and tumbler services, and money laundering infrastructure actors.
Oh yeah, I see it right there, right above where you highlighted. It say created NCET. NCET. Kind of
Yeah,
like
that's what they're trying to call
yeah.
the National Cryptocurrency Enforcement Team.
Yeah, the crypto police, bro. That's just fucking crypto police, bro.
And it's DOJ, so it's going to be interesting. I mean, I know that they're trying to crack down on
Oh
children related crimes
no,
because
that's the
I did.
excuse. That's the excuse. That's what they're using to be able to access companies at will at any time, at any given moment. But that's just not right, bro. This is why Bitcoin doesn't implement snark signature, right? Because once you put the snark signatures,
I don't
then
have
it's
that.
private.
I
You
don't
don't
have
need
that,
the tumblers.
that article, man.
Do what?
I don't have that article. But if you go back to what you were just talking about,
It's in. I mean, I sent it to you, but what part of it?
what they're going to go after.
As far as exchanges and tumblers,
Yeah, exchanges, tumblers, and what was it?
virtual currency exchanges, mixing and tumbler services, and money laundering infrastructure actors.
Okay, money laundering is illegal. So
Infrastructure
that's
actors.
the point. Governments have so far overreached. Like they have certain jobs. The federal government for the U.S. is supposed to be tiny.
Okay, so back in August, Larry Dean Harmon, owner of a Bitcoin mixer called Helix, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to launder money. The case was the first time a Bitcoin mixer operator was prosecuted, if I can speak.
But I think this is messed up. And the conspiracy thing, this should be so hard to prove. It's like going after the blinds and curtain companies that sell blinds and curtains for you to have privacy in your house, and then kind of charging them for any illegal activity in your house that isn't visible through the windows because they have blinds and curtains. When you talk about money laundering infrastructure, that's really not, that's way too broad. That's basically saying anything that you can use for privacy or anything like that is just used in a nefarious way. And anything can be used in a nefarious way.
Yeah.
So just like the blinds and curtain company, it's way too broad, and they're not saying we're going after money launderers. We're going after money laundering. They're saying they're going after the infrastructure, and I think that
they're using these words to twist people's will, bro. Because
by allowing them to do that, we're making this much like acceptable to go after kind of legitimate in a way for people, but obviously governments and And
Anybody?
fascists don't like these ways. They don't like it because it gives them less power and control. But they're not supposed to have the power and control that they do.
Okay. See, well, have you guys heard about this?
Government secretly orders Google to identify anyone who search a sexual assault victim name. Oh shit.
Now, but actually, if you look at this a little bit more, it's a keyword warrant. So it's going to be where the government can access Google for keywords. They're saying it's going to be in relation to like sex crimes for the most part, like a lot of underage things, trafficking and things of that nature. But
Yeah,
once you open the floodgate, then it allows for
that's
other
the thing,
things.
man. And they
So
do that.
like if I search the word revolution, if they want to be able to identify everybody in the United States who search the word revolution, because obviously they don't like something going on, then maybe somebody will come knocking on their door and say,
Yeah,
hey,
or at least they're gonna
taking you away
start
to
watching all your searches.
your permanent summer camp.
Yeah, it's something that's really hard to argue against because it seems so. It's like you're saying, oh, that's part of the agenda of making everything divided. Everything is black, white, hate, Republican, Democrat. Everything's one or the other. So you can't say I'm against this privacy intrusion without saying, oh, I'm for, child porn, rape.
Right.
It's like, no, I'm not for that at all. I'm just against the privacy. But this is all about that. It's like, no, this is about privacy, and this is about opening the floodgate, like you said. Just like when Alex, everything goes back to when Alex Jones was canceled, man. And everyone said, look, even if you hate him, you can't let this happen, or else that they open the floodgates. And literally,
right,
at which this happened, your strike, Rice, is like, I think, directly connected to that.
Yeah, no,
the power that they got from allowing that.
I've got a video where I've said that, where people and the fact that if everything has transpired, that we need to be standing up for our free speech. It's really important. I'm going to be trying to organize some events or something in regards to support of our First Amendment and free speech. But
I think people don't have that mindset anymore. That people's brains have literally been changed or hypnotized and brainwashed into just thinking there's one side or another. You know how you can say, Trump was right about this or Trump was right about that, but I don't like Trump. I think Trump was a dick and I don't like him as a president, but he was right about this. It's like people don't understand that you can say that, you can do that. People don't understand that you can say this policy is good from a Democrat, and they're like, "What? So you're a Democrat?" No, I'm an anarchist, but this was right. This was a correct thing, and they don't get it. I mean, I've talked to people, and they're literally confused. Like you can't say that,
Right.
They don't get it, because I think people's minds have been changed in the past probably 2-3 years to just a complete one way or another. There's no open-mindedness. There's no critical thinking. It's sad and it's weird.
Well, it's probably because of the isolation as well. People don't want to say too much. Look, I'm one of those persons that didn't have the vaccine, right? Today I got the vaccine. I don't like to say too much shit about my anti-vaccine.
And just watch too, like what you're saying too, so I don't get a strike on this channel.
Yeah, so I
call them vacations.
I got my vacation done. I went and got my vacation. I did a video you guys can watch on Twitter. I'm not bluffing.
Did it have anything to do with the NFT NYC?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not complying. So
yeah, I was like, bro, I held this long for as much as I could just to fucking get
Sean,
the synthetics.
Sean, and him are scheduled to speak at NFT.
Yeah, no, we've been talking about it.
Yeah, so they finally sent me an email today saying that because I told them, well, just pull me out because I'm not going to be. And so they're saying, let's see, I might even say something here. Yeah, indoor conference events in New York City must abide by local health guidelines, which say that you got to have proof of at least one vacation. At least one vacation.
I got one vacation card already. I
told Ken because Ken's birthday and he's got a big party going on and stuff, and he's like, I guess I won't be going inside. And I was joking with him because
No, you can come on this when you can come in, because as far as I know, I was there before, when everything was already enforced, and we didn't really had to wear the mask.
Well, this
It
is
right.
was
November 1st. This
optional.
is new
Yeah, but
stuff.
this, yeah, this, yeah.
We didn't have to have a card proving that we
But
had the
we've had
vaccine.
time and we've had more cases, and their BS excuse for why it needs to be done and why it's a so. I don't
It's not
agree
the first
with
time you and Ken were outside, though, was it?
what.
It's not the first time you and Ken are at a function and you're outside, not inside.
No, and I thought
you
about
know,
going up just for his birthday party and then bouncing out, but I don't know yet. I might not even do anything about it. But it really kind of upsets me that these guys didn't decide to
stand up.
and move it because they had an alternate date. They could have moved it to another place, another city. They could have went virtual with it. There's a lot of things they could have done, but
No, bro, like there is too many people going. At first, it was only 3 days, and there was so much freaking demand
yeah.
that they
But I
made
tell
it
you what,
4 days.
they have just come out saying what that they're requiring vacations, and not everybody in the cryptocurrency space wants, has, or is going to have a vacation.
I
So
know.
so
That's a little
it's
bit.
gonna
It's a critical move. It's a critical turning point right now. I mean, it's not critical because it's still 3 weeks. So if people is dropping out just because of having to take vacation,
does NFT stand for no
Speaking
fucking
from
testicles? No
a,
fucking
a rebel
testicles.
standpoint, and cryptocurrencies, the Wild West. There's no regulation, so something happens unless it's a blatant like theft or something that falls under an existing law.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to have these wristbands. Is it illegal or counterfeit to sell the wristbands that are just
but
wristbands?
you gotta do that shit anonymously, bro.
Oh yeah,
like-
so I mean, I was making a comment to somebody, and I'll say it like I overheard two people talking. One person was saying to the other, "I wonder if somebody would want to obtain a vacation pass without taking the vacation."
I can tell you how to do that.
But it was then I also overheard the other individual tell said person that is a federal crime.
Why?
That is you will get a felony.
Why? What is the law? What is the thing?
What the fuck is law
here's what a
anyways?
friend of mine
Don't
told me.
get me on that discussion.
Here's a friend of mine told me who's an attorney whose father is a doctor and who is the head of the
Doctor lawyer.
He's a doctor. His dad is he's a lawyer. His dad's a doctor. His dad's in charge of the health department for the county or state where he's in. He's on several boards. He said that and I'm not saying to do this, but if you go to your regular doctor or go to a doctor and they ask you if you have been on vacation and you say, oh yeah, I got that a long time ago. They're like, oh, when? You say, oh, I got the Johnson Johnson. But it was like really when it first came out. I probably wasn't supposed to get it, but a friend of mine, got me in so I could get it. They're like, okay, if they'll put it down and they'll just check that box. And once your doctor or any doctor checks the box in your medical records that you've had it.
Yeah, that's different. That's different. Right. I'm not saying that.
So now you have proof. It's in your medical records that you've got it. It's before all the draconian laws were put in place.
Yeah, I'm a graphic designer, bro.
They should make a requirement of NFTs, so you have a proof of vacation in an NFT form, since they have no fucking testicles.
Oh shit! Hey, that shit could be done, bro. I could do that.
I'm not trying to encourage that behavior. Okay, so we're gonna. Hey, I'm just gonna skip out on a couple of the other stories. I wanted to because we try to keep this to an hour, and we're at the 50. We're gonna obviously go a few minutes over, but I want to talk about Litecoin, and this article's mentioning 10-year history. And what's cool about this, and I'm still talking to Charlie Lee, trying to get him to do an interview with me.
I like this article. I really did.
Well, so on the Litecoin the Litecoin open source client was listed on GitHub 10 years ago yesterday on October the 7th in 2011. and the network went live, which means the Genesis block, first Litecoin being created, was October 13, 2011. So that'll be 5 days away from now, or
Holy
4
shit.
days away from now. It'll be the 10-year anniversary, 10-year birthday. So I really wanted to, I'm still trying to do an interview with Charlie. I've talked to him.
Oh wow, that's crazy! Because on October 14 is like the 10-year anniversary of Occupy Wall Street. When I got
Looking that
arrested.
up. I think it's the 7th. I think it's the 17th was the anniversary of Occupy Wall Street.
Well, the day that I got arrested was the 14th.
Okay. Well, I mean, I could be wrong because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But Sean, what were you? And definitely we'll come back to you, Doctor, about this. But Sean, what were you thinking about? You said you liked this article. What did you like most about the? Did you like it because it was
I've been liking Litecoin a lot more.
History.
I've been liking Litecoin a lot more. You know, when you look at a lot of coins,
is it the right coin?
I think it might be, man. When you look at what a lot of other coins that are trying to do, to be that settlement, to be that cash, most all of them are inflationary. You know, Doge, Divi, Nimic, they're inflationary. No, Nimic's not. But so that price action is not really going to change, which is something that people really want in crypto. If you want to be that silver, and that's something that Litecoin has, that limited amount. They do have the speed, they do have the cheap costs. Something that he talked about here, that any coin you create has to be easy to mine, because I think that's something that I think Satoshi wanted, that has been lost in the.
Well, they talked about the mining difficulty increasing. I mean, I think that was written, but I don't know what the actual plan.
Well, he said it has to be able to be easily mined by lots of people. He said the more people that mine your coin, number one, the stronger your network is, but the more people that are involved with your coin. I mean, it's such basic logic.
No, and the very beginning also, the miners, the developers, the people that is running the machinery is your most important user too. I was reading it as well, and I found that very interesting, because back in the day, you didn't have crazy equipment. You could just do it with the computer.
You still can.
You still can?
Yeah, I believe you can still. And I think they have like older, like USB plug-in ASIC miners, like small ones that do it as well, that are set up.
You can, but not profit. You're not going to make tons of money, but you'll make some money with mining script.
Script mining.
Yeah. You know who was bitching about Litecoin, bro? Freaking Vitalik Buterin. Do you know that?
No,
I was reading his thread. I was reading his thread, and he has a screenshot where Vitalik Buterin is bitching about Litecoin because everybody was making copies, and he's like, no, this name is really shitty. Why do you wanna name it Litecoin? Then next coin is Workcoin, and the next coin is whatever coin. So now we know why he gives Ethereum the Ethereum name.
Yeah, no. Well, so I mean, what's cool is Charlie was. I mean, he saw some flaws in some other altcoins that were created after Bitcoin, before Litecoin, and mentioned some of the projects that he was involved in, and he had a big problem with this. I don't know if it's Tenebrix. I'm not sure how. No, it's Tenebrix.
Tenebrix.
So it was but when it was created, it had like a 7 million coin pre-mine. The thing that Charlie Lee was doing similar to Satoshi was not having a pre-mine and making it a fair launch, meaning that there weren't any coins created before the first block was mined, and it gave anybody a chance to mine that first block and so forth. Now, obviously, if it's someone that just started a project and doesn't tell anybody about it, then nobody else is going to be participating in the network, and you have more centralization, and that's kind of what we had in the early days of Bitcoin.
I mean, and we
But
still kind of do. I like Bitcoin, and I still do feel like we do have some form of centralization in Bitcoin. But yeah, no, Litecoin. I have Litecoin in my bags. You know, I have a big bag of Litecoin. The other day I came across something really interesting, something that most people in the Litecoin family don't know, is that you could put these coins on DeFi and they could earn you a percentage like if you were mining with a miner or your computer or your PC.
Yeah, I farm Litecoin with my Litecoin. Yeah.
Do you have which mine?
On the Huobi network, there's a Mackie swap, and you can farm with your Litecoin there.
Okay, let me put that on. Man, we should drop the link because like I've been around, I ain't never heard of it. So let me go on it right now because that money is just sitting there. It's not making any interest. And this is the way.
MAKI swap, Mackie swap.
yeah, Sean's good people, man. You guys should hook up and talk beyond this. And if Sean, if you want to do some NFTs or something, this is one of the people you should talk to as well. He does good graphic arts and good designs, and he's created his own. And me and him may be collaborating on some stuff as well. So
Cool.
yeah, yeah. So
Oh, Sean, can you drop it? Excuse me, Rice. Can you
Yeah.
drop it on the private chat, bro?
Yeah, sure.
And really, I know how to spell, but that sometimes I'm a little not too great. I remember I'm from Colombia. I learned my English all in here by myself. So yeah, sometimes I am good spelling, sometimes I'm not that great. Anyway, what were you saying, bro?
There you go.
what are your thoughts about this whole 10-year anniversary of Litecoin and what this article is talking about?
I like it. I like it. It shows an overview of how Litecoin started, and it's really important. It's actually like it should become an NFT in my opinion, because it's something that he put a lot of effort into making and remembering. You know what is to sit down and remember all of these things that you did from like 10 years ago is epic, bro. Like I really, really, really like the whole thread. I didn't even get to finish it, to be honest with you. I went as far as I could. I was like, holy shit, I've been reading for like 20 minutes. Now I'll take a break. I'll come back to it. So, bro, it's majestic. I love it. And I'm definitely going to jump into what Sean just mentioned and start earning with it.
The crazy thing is, I think that this is the first of a few articles that are going to be coming out. So this is just a portion of it. So it's going to be interesting because I mean, I know they've got a lot of really cool features coming up. Like, so on Bitcoin, there's Tether, and it uses the Omni layer, OMNI, and they've replicated that for Litecoin because Litecoin is basically Bitcoin with faster and different code. So it's in a way a test net for Bitcoin. So they're going to be adding a light version of that. So Omni Lite, which will allow for the creation of tokens on Litecoin. What I believe NFTs in addition to
Oh,
tokens.
so DeFi is coming. Oh,
I believe so.
boy. Yep,
I believe so.
That's the beginning for DeFi
And
there.
then also it should be by the beginning of sometime early next year, I believe, is the latest that they're shooting for MWeb, they're calling it, which is their Mimblewimble extension that's going to allow for that fungibility.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been thinking Litecoin's. It's time to really grow your bags. You know, I mean,
Bro, I was gonna say that. I was like, yo, like if you guys, like being in crypto for any time of whatever, make sure you look into Litecoin, because obviously this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but look into Litecoin, guys. Read this thread where Charlie is talking about how the whole shenanigans started. I've been here since 2011, so just do your own research and
if you look at the valuation of some of these other coins that are worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars, a lot of them don't have the scarcity of Litecoin or the track record of Litecoin.
Right.
They haven't been around as long. I think it's really, really, really undervalued. And I kind of thought it was overvalued for a while. I thought, it's not going to go much more. This is it.
I'm undervalued. I'm like $61 on Big Cloud, bro. Go
Yeah, I
back.
saw that.
When that dropped down to like $140 past couple of weeks, I was like, nah.
Well, the crazy thing is, I mean,
grab
like when you look at what's been going on in the market so far this year, or even towards the tail end of last year into this year, Litecoin has just barely touched its all-time highs, where a lot of other coins have surpassed that, at least to a better degree. And there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of growth. It's just a lot of there wasn't, and there doesn't need to be a lot of things done to Litecoin because it works effectively as it does. So it's kind of boring in that sense because they don't have all these announcements coming out with this, and this. But that's why I think the Omni Lite thing is going to be really cool. And then the fungibility with the Mimble. And then something like that could, if it's done well on Litecoin, because Litecoin is based off the code of Bitcoin, and because it's kind of a test net for Bitcoin, we could potentially see something like that being utilized for Bitcoin in the future. So, I guess we'll get ready to wrap things up. Again,
stack your bags. Stack your bags.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I gotta start doing. Yo, I found this on DigiBuy. I didn't know because DeFi is so new to me, bro. Have you started anything on DeFi, Rise?
I haven't, but Sean has, and Sean can tell you about some of the stuff he's done, and I'll direct you to a video. I'll direct
talking about like what you were talking about at the beginning of the show. I was going to do a video of how a 16-year-old kid could literally get a job at McDonald's and live with his parents, and in 1 year, that kid could retire. That kid could retire making 3-4 times as much as he was working at McDonald's. If he worked at McDonald's and got himself up $10,000 for a year, $12,000, something like that, and then at the end of the year, graduated from high school, sunk that into farming and DeFi, could literally easily make $3,000 a month.
Yeah, but didn't you just recently have a hiccup doing that exact same thing that you're talking about, where you lost some Skrilla, as you like to say, old man?
No, I mean, the only thing is you have to invest in projects, and the good thing is, which I've talked about,
I thought it was some liquidity shit that you were doing.
It's different methods to.
Well, that's the thing. When you're farming, you got if you put your money into a coin.
Sean lost a
you
pretty
put
penny.
You put 100% of your money into that coin. If that coin drops 50%, you lost half your money. If you farm that coin, half your money is in Bitcoin, half your money is in Ethereum, half your money is in whatever of that pair. So you've got that split in half, and then the rewards are paid in cake or in banana or whatever from that farm. So your investment now is in 3 different parts. So if that coin drops 50%, your whole bag doesn't drop 50%. It drops like an eighth.
Yo, Sean, look at this. That's a good strategy, yo. But like, I got you the ultimate. And anybody watching the show, I know we're beyond the hour. But like, if you guys, you tell me if I'm wrong, Sean. If you make 2 liquidity pools, and if you make a liquidity pool and you use a stable coin, is there any freaking risk?
No, half your money's literally can't go anywhere. I mean, then there's the downside.
Wait.
I got some that are half BNB and half the coin, and then half BUSD and half the coin. Now, when Binance Coin drops, the value of that pool drops because they usually both go down.
But you still hold on because
the BUSD that doesn't go down as much because that's stable. But then when BNB is shooting up, then my stable coin is like, man, I'm making less money. Overall, it's the best strategy to have, half and half.
Overall, it's like, man, I didn't make as much money as I wanted to. It's the end of it when you're doing shit with DeFi. That's the end of it, bro. Like, so much money to just take. It's there just for you to take.
Yeah, but if you farm that way and you put in one of the pairs is stable, you literally can't lose money on half of the investment.
You can't. You can't.
Half of it's completely safe, and then your other half is in that coin, and then the third part is you're getting paid rewards in whatever token that is. If you're getting paid in cake on PancakeSwap or bananas on ApeSwap or whatever, then that you're getting 3 different parts. So your odds overall of getting hit by something are a lot less.
I'll recommend anyone that wants to make money with dollars and don't want to take any risk with Pancake Swap or any coin in general, like Phantom, Avalanche, Luna. It could be any project. If you just want to jump into DeFi, there is a really good farm. It's the stable farm. Like you're not looking for risk. This is for people that is not looking for crazy risk that you're gonna get liquidated, right? So you just put on 2 stable coins, and the
So like a
only one
USDC for USDT, for example, not saying that would be the case.
exactly. No,
Right.
that
You
is the
can-
case.
and you
That
can
is
make
the
like
case.
25%.
That is the case. No,
30%. So
I'm
when you tell
making
grandma
over
you can do
100%
this
on
and have no
stable
risk
coins.
and make 20-30% versus 0.5% in your bank, there's no
Bro,
comparison.
right now, this is why it's crazy. If you're watching this shit, man, like I don't come online all the time. I don't give alpha all the time because by me telling you this is just taking my APY away. So take advantage now that I'm here and take the fucking 2 stable coins, put them together, and just start farming at a 9x leverage. That's what I have mine on. I had it first at 3x for like a week. Me being scared, like, oh shit, the pair is gonna fall, because if it goes high too much, or if it goes down below certain amount, you lose your money. This is the thing that happened to
Yeah,
Sean.
so
But if you
never
don't
trade
stable,
right, but always make sure that you educate yourself and you don't do like any trading if you've like, especially leverage trading, if you've never traded before. So make sure that you are
yes,
educating yourself and going through the right protocols. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose at any time, because even though what we're saying, we like Dr. mentioned, none of us are financial advisors, so we can't really give any financial advice.
So some of us are, but we're not your financial advisor.
yeah, personal experiences is what we're sharing with you, not putting a gun in your head and tell you go buy this.
Well, cool, dude. We'll definitely have to get you back on. I'd love to see you and Sean get together and do a video on his channel about DeFi and
Yes,
yield
sir.
farming and stuff. That'd be cool. So you guys should talk about that. But I'm sharing your information. Links will be down below. You got any final thoughts you want to add before we wrap up today, dude?
Just give me a follow on my Twitter, which is the one that I'm most active. I try to update my YouTube as much as I can, but that's it, guys. SoundDrGenie here, signing out. I'm happy to be in the show. I'm looking forward for another one. Oh, here is my baby.
There's your little one. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. I love that outfit. It's cool.
Yeah, he loves all
It
spooky
well, it
stuff.
reminds me of Karate Kid. Anytime I see stuff like that, it reminds me of Karate Kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, if you want, just go ahead and see your way out. I'll be in touch with you in the next couple of days and talk with you about New Jersey.
All right, bro. Got you there.
Take care,
It was
Thanks,
a pleasure
man.
talking to you, Sean.
It's good talking to you. Take care.
Take care, brother.
Take care, guys.
Alrighty. It's such a beautiful thing.
How do I get out?
Just like that. I didn't mean for it to be so abrupt, but just like that. What do we like to say?
I don't know. Lots of stuff.
Down.
Oh, it's down to now there's 2. What is it?
Yeah.
And then
I
there
don't
was
know.
2. And then there was 2.
And then there were 2.
Yeah.
2.
You know, I was
Speaking of
financial
2,
advisor.
that's how many
I'm not
fucking
fully
strikes I
licensed
got.
and everything still. But I'm still licensed for insurance and other stuff. So I'm always careful about that. I always say I'm not your financial advisor.
Well, but you don't offer financial advice on your channel, so technically, in regards to what we're talking about,
No, we do offer financial advice. That's a lie. We have. Everybody knows we do. Everybody knows you do. The thing is, you're not allowed to charge for it. That's the illegal thing.
I don't know.
You could tell your friend.
The only
"Dude, you gotta
financial
buy into
advice,
this.
the
You
only
gotta go get
financial
this."
advice I give to people is don't invest more than you're willing to lose, and don't take out loans and your mortgage, like second mortgage, to buy cryptocurrencies. Not saying that the strategy cannot work out, but don't do shit like that.
Yeah, it can. It can, man. You know that one dude, do we talk about him? How he just flies he has hardware wallets like just scattered around the world.
Oh
And he
yeah,
can
yeah.
take a plane to it.
Didi.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been out to a couple different conferences here in the States. So yeah, that's where, like, if you actually got over your fear of leaving your house and visited other states, and you could see people in real life and
I am
and
not
go to these
afraid
events
to
in
leave my house.
person. This I talked to his kids, and Sean's kids have told me that he has a terrifying fear. Like he drops to like crawling on all fours out the front door, and then he like just
Nobody
scoots
said that.
back
No
in.
one said that at all. I'm going tomorrow to my nephew's birthday.
I don't believe you. Do a live video.
Yeah, I will.
A live video of you outside.
Me and Spider-Man and Batman. We'll do one, man.
That'd be cool. I would love to see that.
I don't know. I know they're coming, but
all right, dude. It's been a long day. I've got a video I need to edit just because I want it to be done, so I don't have it lingering.
yeah, I hope that strike gets pulled, man.
Well, I mean, it's the reason why I had the backup channel. I put the appeal in. If they don't accept the appeal and something comes, I don't know. I'm gonna be looking into like potential legal recourses because it's just
You know what really, and I want to
know.
bring this up to you because you might actually do something about it. But we should kind of make a coalition of everybody. You know, BitBoy, Crow, me, you, the scamming. You know, yo fam, yo, I got the greatest crypto for you today. Those dicks.
Yeah.
Everybody should get together just so and have like a small legal team or some kind of foundation. You know, we each give 10 Litecoin a year or something, and anytime there's a problem, we can go to it like a union.
Yeah, no, something that's cool.
Because it's not fair that like really huge channels or people that just have tons of money can get their shit fixed, and there's no way that like an average or B-level YouTuber can't, get anything taken care of.
Yeah, it's just frustrating when it's frivolous, and then
Yeah.
you want proof about what you did wrong, and it's like, we're not going to provide you with that. We're just going to stick with our decision to screw you over. And now, so I mean, like, this is I've had strikes a lot. I've had 2 strikes in the same time period for 21 days, and then the other strike was gone, and I was back down to 1. So, and I mean, I'm about to have the other strike I have that's on my channel expire next week, like I was saying. So,
yeah, like Gulag said, had to get a vacation pass without going on vacation.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what I want to do is encourage people to watch this movie called Fight Club. And there was a certain
yes,
backstory that was going on, that was taking place. That was a project. Look into that concept and think about that and feel.
His name is Robert Paulson. I take that joke.
I would love to see somebody replicate the project that is mentioned in that movie. That'd be great.
I've started watching those movies again, and I watched V the other day. Fuck.
V is for Vendetta or V the alien stuff?
I love that there's 2 of those. I really do.
Well, we're old.
V for Vendetta. The whole backstory of how the government took control. Yeah. They made this virus. They infected some people. Some people died. Everyone got scared and handed over all their rights and freedoms. And that's just a little backstory as to how they took control. But when you watch it today, it blows your mind.
Yeah, it's like,
if you watch that, you watch
like,
Fight Club.
Did these guys know the future?
The Matrix? Oh my God.
I'm looking forward to.
Even Porky's. You watch Porky's. This is a different movie.
Looking forward to the 4th one, Resurrections. And side note, if you have HBO Max, it's going to be on there available.
Yeah, Dune's coming out this month, dude. The new Dune's.
Yeah, so you got HBO Max. So I might do a live stream of playing it on Odyssey.
Dune?
No, the Matrix.
Matrix, yeah. Matrix is gonna be cool. But if you watch those older movies and you can see in 1984 especially, 1984 V, all of them are like will freak you out.
Yeah, no, 100%, dude. And then you can watch things like Idiocracy.
And cry. That makes you cry. Because it's like, what the fuck? Yeah, it is it's weird, man. It does lend itself to like the Wachowskis, and then like they knew something, years ago.
Oh, speaking of that, I mean, somebody told me I should watch this, and finally I did. It's one of the movies that came out by Alana, I believe her name is, one of the former brothers that now identifies as sisters.
Yeah.
But there was a movie with what is that girl's name from that 70s? Mila Kunis.
Mm-hmm.
Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah, Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah, that was done by one of the Wachowskis.
Oh, yeah, it was. That their shit's always visually crazy.
And that's, that when I watched that, I'm like, why didn't I watch this before? Like, it's really, even though I'm not really a big fan of like the people who are acting in it, it's still a good movie.
You don't like Channing Tatum and Mila Kunis?
Who was the first one you mentioned?
Channing Tatum.
Yeah, no, I don't like him.
Why?
Because of the new Dancer movie series he did.
The Magic Mike.
Yeah, I can't.
I got a funny story about that.
I can't watch none of them. And
watch Logan Lucky, dude.
And I don't like
Logan Lucky's really good that he did. My nephew came over. My nephew's like probably 6'3", and then he wears cowboy boots all the time, so he's like 6'4". Jacked like you wouldn't believe. Huge. He is homophobic, right? His mom's bi, but still, he's like, I don't like gays. I don't believe in gays. But
speaking of gay cowboys,
dude, I gotta tell you, he went to before we get that, he went to the dentist and got shit done. He came over my house, looped like a motherfucker. He's walking around, and he's kind of an asshole. He is, but I love him. He's a good kid. He's like, oh, Sean, have you seen Magic Mike? I was like, what did you say, Joey? He's like, have you seen Magic Mike? It's a really good movie. It's like, you watched Magic Mike? Yeah, it's not just about like, gay dudes and stuff. It's really good. It's a great movie. You want to watch it? I was like, no, Joey, I'm not going to watch Magic Mike with you. But it's now, he won't even admit he said that shit, dude.
I didn't want to go into anything aside from just saying, speaking of gay cowboys.
Yeah.
They're beyond broke mofo mountains and in the wild west of crypto.
Yeah, I still haven't got my car.
I think to me it gives the Brokeback Mountain is a really good reference point.
Yeah.
Because these guys are broke apparently and like to owe people money, but I'll just leave it at that.
They're messaging Lisa.
Yeah, well, what, right now?
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, no, I've got messages because I've been. If you follow, I'm not going to speak about it directly, but if you go on Twitter, you'll see what we're talking about in regards to cowboys and gay cowboys and Brokeback Mountain. One of the partners messaged me, and I'll send you that information. And but yeah, I just think it's BS. I think it's a history of being Brokeback Mountain cowboys for quite some time.
Yeah, that's what she said. That's what you said.
Yeah. But unfortunately,
I didn't expect it. And honestly, dude, those guys, it's a disappointment. I mean, it's a disappointment. My kids don't even need to real care. But they were like, those guys? I like those guys. I don't even know anything about crypto. I don't watch this shit, but I like those guys.
That's what a lot of people want to say. But I mean, dude, if you think about it logically, I mean, like, they're like, that's not who they are.
Yeah, no, that's what.
So they're already kind of playing a character already.
And the characters it's playing.
The character they're playing is very likable.
Yeah, no, it's very bad if they're using that kind of character. You know what I mean?
And that's kind of because even Annalise, she goes by BTC Queen on something to that effect on Twitter. She was with Bits and Tokens and BitBasil in Florida and helped to do shit show conference. But she's like even said like, if you've got something to back up that you're not doing this, please let me know, because it's not like I wanted to think that you guys were capable of doing this.
Yeah.
So they're good actors, and the
when
characters.
When he found out about Lisa, he was like, "No, man, really? Fuck! It's just sad.
Yeah, but
it's not as sad if I was a bad guy, but
But now in hindsight, with knowing this, and I'll just leave it with this, and then we'll just go ahead and end the stream. I'll play my little ad, or I won't even play my ad. We'll just end the stream because I'm gonna talk to you for a second, and I need to have a couple beers.
Yeah, I got you.
The relationship with Jorg Molt. It just makes that much more sense. So make sure you guys are subscribed to all of our channels. Links are down below in the video description. I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for information about the strike and what comes of that. Sign up for my mailing list at ricetvx.com so that you can get updated on what's going on. I haven't ended the stream, and I'm half tempted to remove that thumbnail.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, dude. Just do it. It's cool. I'm ready.
I love you, dude. I love you.